for having me. Thrilled to be here.
Okay, so many things we need to talk about.
Okay.
First of all, what were you thinking when you saw Pete Davidson standing in front of you pitching socks?
First of all, it was like a shock. You know when you recognize someone and you're like, how do I know that person?
Yeah.
When he walked in, I'm like, how do I know this person? Then all of a sudden I'm like, that's Pete Davidson. What is happening? I mean, we don't know who's coming on as Sharks. We have no idea what companies are going to be coming and presenting to us. So we were all just like gobsmacked when he walked in on set.
That's wild. And then socks, I love it. It's like I giggled because it's like I dream about socks. You're right. I actually never thought about it, but socks are like, I have never really found a perfect pair of socks that I love. So I love that you say that.
This is the perfect pair of socks. And I mean, I kicked off my high heels on set and I put those socks right on and they truly were the softest, most amazing sock that has ever been on my foot. I was sold instantly.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch the season now because I got to figure out what socks these are. So this is actually your 4th season.
Yes.
Back on Shark Tank. How did you feel to come back?
I just feel at home in the tank. You know, I love entrepreneurship and I love seeing these entrepreneurs chasing their dream. And, you know, I watched this show as a young entrepreneur and learned so much. So to be now in the seat as a shark, it's just so exciting and it's so humbling and I enjoy it every single time.
And this is a pretty special season, too, because it's really focusing a lot on female founders and just first-time entrepreneurs, obviously.
Mean, every season I get so excited about, you know, the different businesses, but I have to say this season is the best that for me that I've experienced. So many amazing female founders, but also family-owned businesses. I mean, my sons are also, you know, have been involved in my business since they were babies. So to see even some, you know, father-daughter duos and families on set, it was just so heartwarming. And it just, you know, reminds you the American dream is alive and well. And Shark Tank really brings that to life.
Yeah. Okay. So what makes a successful pitch? You've seen a lot.
You know, first of all, you've got to have clarity. You have to have passion and purpose. I want to know, what problem are you solving? What are you coming in? Is there white space that you're filling? Are you being disruptive? But I also want to see a founder who's super passionate and I know that can withstand the highs and lows because there's lots of highs and lows in entrepreneurship. So you need to see that in a founder. And I want to feel that they're authentic, that they're coming in with an authentic story. You can smell a fake, at least I can. And when I come in and really see that they have that heart and that drive and that passion, that goes a long way with me.
Yeah, and speaking of lows, what are some of the mistakes that people make when they're pitching to you?
Well, I think they come in and, you know, they're just focusing on the numbers and they're not really thinking about how am I solving this problem for my customer? Have they really examined what their customer wants or needs? They're just looking at data and not really looking at how is this really filling a void in the market and what am I doing for my customer that's different than my competition? And sometimes I say, take those slides away. I want to hear the purpose behind this, not just your numbers.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, getting eyes on Shark Tank is incredible. So many people watch this. They learn about businesses. How has social media changed the way people launch and really just grow their business in general?
It's incredible. I mean, I started my business 23 years ago with my jewelry in a tea box. With $500, I started making my jewelry on my extra bedroom floor and going store to store. I think now, oh my gosh, if I had started my business today versus 23 years ago, how you can just maximize and use social media as such an incredible tool. You can build community online immediately. So the power of word of mouth back 23 years ago and what you can do today through social media for businesses and brands is absolutely phenomenal. And it's such an incredible tool. You can build a whole customer base overnight with social media. And it's so powerful to see. Okay,
23 years ago you started your business. If you were to pitch your business on Shark Tank today, do you think they would invest?
You know, I hope so. I sure hope so. You know, I started small. I didn't have any investors for 10 years. I just had to do it on a line of credit and credit card debt. But I had a lot of hustle and I had a lot of creativity. And when I look at these young entrepreneurs, I remember those days of starting in that extra bedroom. I remember how hard it was to get my business going. And I literally look at them and I go, I know exactly where you are today and you've got this. And I believe in you and I see you. And I'm hopeful that, you know, the sharks would have been friendly to me, not you know, eating me out and spitting me out when I went in the tank.
I mean, they're sharks after all, so
they sure
maybe, but you know, good comes from it, absolutely.
100%.
Thank you so much, Kendra.
Oh, thank you so much. Love being here.